Hello everyone, you're watching the Switzerland edition of Where to Next. Today's episode was actually recorded at Hotel Opera right by the shores of Lake Zurich. And as I sit down with Sandra in this episode and we talk of the two most important things when you come to Zurich, where to stay and what to eat. And the location really matters if you want to discover the city to its best or depending on what you're here for. So, as Sandra takes us through different hotels, where to stay, what to do, where to eat, what are the types of food that you can taste in Zurich, and where to party even. So, let's go discover Zurich.
It's a very good idea to come to Zurich without having too much plans.
Yeah.
Come here and get carried away, like follow your nose. It's so nice to really explore the city on your own.
You know, even though I've been for 3 days in Zurich, I feel like I need 3 more days to really experience everything that we are talking about. There is just so much to do here. Make sure that you have enough time in Zurich, because who wouldn't want to come, sit down by the lake, dip your feet in, or actually go for a swim in the lake. Not many places or cities or in the world where you can do this, right? So that is a perfect way to spend the day. Where to next is in Switzerland, and we are on our last leg in Zurich. And I'm here with Sandra from Zurich Tourism, and she's going to tell us all about what makes Zurich such a special place. But Sandra, just now we've been going around Zurich for the last 3 days and enjoying every bit of it. I think I know quite a few hidden secrets of Zurich now. I don't think they're hidden, but there's just such wonderful things we learned. And I think for the first time, I'm seeing the city as anyone should see it, really, you know. So thank you so much for everything. But one question on my mind really is, what's the best place, or what are some of the best places to stay in Zurich? Because I don't think there's just one place. You have the beautiful lake, you have the Limmat River. Where should one stay?
Yeah, I think choosing the right hotel for every guest is like finding the right fitting love, actually.
Yes, true.
There are over 200 hotels in Zurich and the region, and the really question is like, what are the interests when they are coming to Zurich? It's not only about the budget on how much you want to spend on the hotel. So depending on what they want to see and discover, there are so many different areas in the city center, which are all central. Maybe the hotel is not directly in the old town, but like walking away from the old town direction to the Lake of Zurich, where the FIFA museum is. I'm sure you've passed there too. So being there in the area where the FIFA museum is, on the back there you have this residential area, but actually when you're there in 10 minutes you are at the Bürkliplatz, right, where the boats live. In this area around the FIFA museum, Bahnhof Enge, is one, you have many nice hotels like the Lokeanplatz, for example, or the Engimat. And the additional info that sometimes is missing is that there is even this train station right where the FIFA museum is. Bahnhof Enge it's called. It brings you directly to the airport. So the connectivity is amazing, and the location is very beautiful, because when you go out in the evening there, you can have a nice walk at the Lake of Zurich, and the pricing actually is quite different, obviously, than staying at the old town, probably there in the middle of it. So this is a nice example, I think, of how much it makes sense to spend some time to really find out what kind of hotels they are, to do some research on it. And on Zurich.com, we have tried to really gather those informations of the different hotels and categories to have them ready and shown.
So Zurich.com is the place to go for all your information about the hotels. But
Yes.
like even when we guide our guests as to where to go, what to do, and where to stay, and we are staying here at the Hotel Opera, and I'm really enjoying the location because in 2 minutes you're by the lake, and it's just so easy. They have the Ambassador Hotel too, right in front of it, and I felt that it's actually right what you said. It depends on what you want. If you want luxury and you want comfort, then maybe the Hotel Ambassador is the one. I mean, this is a nice modern hotel too, and so conveniently located that you can
Yeah.
just walk across, walk by the lake.
Yeah.
It feels really beautiful.
Yeah.
If someone wants to stay in the old town, what would you recommend?
I mean, also there are many different possibilities. I mean, one of the most known hotels at the station, main station, is obviously the Schweizerhof and the St. Gotthard. They're a very beautiful classic hotel. There is also the Ruby Hotel Nemi, which is a little bit more modern. It has this lifestyle vibe that comes with it. And it is right directly at the main station. It's a 4-star hotel, but the vibe is totally different. It has this Zurich flavor, you know? You go in and it's colorful, the bar down is good, the music is a little bit different than it probably would be at the Schweizerhof. So really there you have this amazing variety of hotels. And another possibility also would be to go more in the boutique hotels. There's, for example, a very small hotel called Montmartre. Like from Paris.
Yeah.
It has, I think, about 20, 30 rooms.
Okay.
Very small, cute, and a different kind of luxury, right? But it doesn't have stars. So we actually need you kind of knowing the client and having their trust that if you say it's a nice hotel, and they can book it because it's not a 4-star hotel. They don't have the star category like this.
And that
right?
is so true about a lot of hotels. They don't need to have a category, they don't need to be classified, but you just know that this would suit certain kind of people. If somebody wants a restaurant, for example, in the hotel, then you would suggest them to be somewhere else. Or if they want to be in an area where they can just walk out and have the restaurants, that can be something else. But you know, we also visited, you know, talking of restaurants, we went to this very nice restaurant and we had a very nice cheesecake out there, and which was the restaurant Neni, which is there everywhere. And in fact, Neni is in one of the most interesting hotels that I have seen, which is the 25 hours hotel. They also told me that it's on Langstrasse. Langstrasse.
Yes, exactly. That's it.
And that is the area that is also developing. So what do you have to say about that?
Okay, well, this is the area to have fun a lot. It's the area to let your hair down and go out. Yes, so
for those who are looking for a great time to party and nightlife, this is the place to be, and not far from the station.
So glad you say the 25 hours Langstrasse hotel is at the Europaallee. So it is literally a not even 10 minutes walk from the main station, but you already are in a very different area. We call them circle in Zurich of the city. So from there you have access to this beautiful nightlife area. And not only this, I mean the gastronomy in this area, it's buzzing. So we have all these side streets where the gastronomy is developing in such an interesting way. Also vegetarian kitchen in that area is splendid because they're like these new modern chefs, you know. They open their own restaurants and they fulfill these gastronomy dreams they're having in a very different way than what you would experience probably in other
now
places.
That you mentioned vegetarian food, Sandra, I have to say I am so surprised by the choice and the variety of vegetarian food that you can get in Zurich. Honestly, when I saw the program and I saw 2 vegetarian restaurants in a row, I and Neil were like, you know how much of a foodies we are, and we like to try different things. And we said, really, twice in a row? But everywhere we went, the food was amazing, and I think it's this new find about discovering vegetarian food. It's not boring, that is the first thing. It's really interesting, and I think the produce is so good and the dishes are so nice and so tasty that it's amazing to see this happening all across Switzerland and Zurich in particular.
So I'm very super proud of this fact of the vegetarian gastronomy in Zurich because I really think it's like world class what we're having there, because obviously it comes out of a sustainable reason, right? That the demand for vegetarian kitchen became much bigger in the last 10 years. So not only does it have to be vegetarian, but it also has to be regional and seasonal. So what you
it's
have,
fresh. Yeah.
it's fresh and it's close from the area. So you don't have like unnecessary waste that are being done or like flying things in. So the restaurant you mentioned that you experienced is called Neue Taverne.
Yes.
And I really feel it's a special place to discover. And how they do vegetarian kitchen, I would even like to call it fine dining.
Yeah.
It's like really using very ordinary products, very simple products, but like really working them out and combining them with things which are like very surprising. And also the texture, I don't know if you have noted that also, to me also like with every bite I had, this texture was so interesting because they mix it in and prepare it in so untypical way. So
we didn't let her take our dips till the end. We told her, leave the dips on the table. You're not taking them because I'm going to eat it with everything that's different. You know, one more interesting thing that I found at the vegetarian restaurants and a lot of other restaurants, but especially at the vegetarian restaurants, and I saw this in Zurich, I saw it in other places too, is what is known as the chef's tasting menu. Which was amazing. So the chef's tasting menu is this menu which is either a 3-course or usually longer, maybe a 6 to 7-course meal, and you don't have to do anything. You just have to go in and say, I want to have the chef's tasting menu, and the chef surprises you. So this is a beautiful concept that the chef can surprise you with you know, all these dishes, and you don't have to bother because ordering food is like a lot of times everyone's looking at each other, who's going to order. So this is this is easy. In fact, we liked the food so much, Sandra. We ordered everything on the menu. We ended up eating every single dish, and each dish was amazing.
I'm so glad. This thing you mentioned, we like to call it the tavolata, which actually comes from the Italian kitchen, right? And I feel it's so well fitting to the Indian market because this sharing concept I feel in India is very common, right?
Yeah.
So also here I'm very happy that this starts to become more and more usual, that you can like order the tavolata and you can try different things. Why limit to one dish when you can have ordered it?
And you're eating something and you see that and you say, that looks nice. I want a bit of that too. So you can actually share that.
Yeah. And I mean, obviously, when you order it, you inform the chef and the staff, like if you have if you have allergies or if there's something you don't like, and they're always like happy to avoid or add something especially.
Yeah,
so
they did ask
everyone
us
gets
if
happy,
there was any
right?
nuts or any allergies, and
So
they're really good with everything that they do.
Yeah.
But if you had to name 3 vegetarian restaurants in Zurich, which ones would it be? One we've already named, the Neue Tavern.
The Neue Taverne.
Neue Tavern.
It's like new tavern.
Neue Tavern.
Neue Taverne. For me, that is the
my
number one
agree.
spot.
I agree completely.
Thank you.
Yes.
Then there
and
is
you know
this...
what was surprising was, for me, I mean, over the years we've seen people in Europe eat more meat, eat not so much vegetarian. In fact, I and Neil were discussing that a few years back when we would bring our groups here and you would go to McDonald's and the vegetarian was just bread with some lettuce and tomato and maybe cheese on it. But today there is so much options, so many options that you can do. And in the Neue Taverne, I saw that it was full, it was completely packed. And there were locals enjoying vegetarian food. For me, that is a big change that I see here. So, okay, let's come back to our list. One definitely is the Neue Taverne.
Okay, number 1, the Neue Taverne. And then we have another one which is very special. It's called the Marktküche. It's called Market Kitchen, is the traduction. And also there you have this similar aspect of the way of how they're cooking, like fully vegetarian, also vegan versions, obviously, if you want to. And also these young chefs, fully regional, seasonal, and this new approach of how to kind of worship tradition, worship like all vegetables. They have been there forever, but reinventing them and pair them with new ideas, So this probably is something nice. It's quite close also to the 25 hours hotel in that area, so that could be a nice fit. And then the number 3 would be a different kind of vegetarian kitchen, but it's like the best, Hiltl. I mean, it's a place which is a family business, and it actually was. It's one of, like they say it's the oldest vegetarian restaurant worldwide. It's actually a Guinness record, but let's leave it there.
Let's just say they have a lot of history.
They have a lot of history, and the beautiful thing there is you have a huge buffet. Buffet at first time is like, not my thing.
Exactly.
But there, go and try it out. Really,
we
the
are trying
quality
it
is
tonight,
good.
so I look forward to that
glad.
too.
And the special thing there is, like, besides having it the vegetarian way, you also pay by weight. So this is another kind of thing which brings you to this sustainable way of how this whole gastronomy works. It's like to avoid food waste.
Okay, so you take your plate, fill it up, and then you pay according to how much is on your plate, right?
You put it yourself on the weight, you get a receipt, you keep the receipts, and then at the end with the receipts they make you the bill.
And can you go back for seconds and pay
3 times you should go back at least, because you have to have the pre-dishes and then the warm ones, and then don't miss out on the desserts. So yes, 3 times at least you should go.
Oh my God, that's really amazing. That sounds so good.
Yeah.
And anyone I mention the Hiltl to always has this reaction that, wow, this is something you should try. So a few years back, I would never imagine having a list of vegetarian restaurants for Zurich, but I'm sure there are so much more. In fact, we have been seeing this chain Tibbets everywhere, and they do only vegetarian too, and I saw it all across Switzerland.
Yeah.
So,
and I mean, the big change obviously also is that no matter in what restaurants you go, you will always have a very nice choice of vegetarian options, even vegan options. So this is really something that, as you said, right, it changed drastically. Yeah.
And it suits everybody then. You can go to restaurants where everyone finds something to eat, and we can see that.
And this topic that you just mentioned, that you can go on a place where all the different kinds of preferences actually are possible to fulfill. I also have the impression that in Zurich, because the gastronomy is so international, you will always find something for everyone. It's like, quite frankly, I don't know when I've had my Swiss typical meal the last time.
Well, I know when I did 2 days back,
but what I want to say is that there is no typical Swiss cuisine that is actually consumed that often. It's like this, the locals eat very internationally.
And I think that's the best part of Zurich, because you are not eating the same things. You're never bored. You're eating and trying different flavors.
Yeah.
We had a fun cheese fondue on the boat and a raclette, and I heard from all the locals that what they love to do is eat it outside the house so that the house doesn't smell of cheese. But it was quite tasty, and we had a part of our team who were trying it for the first time, and they really enjoyed it too. But I must say, you need to have an empty stomach because it is really filling.
Yeah.
And in fact, one of the things I would suggest for everyone to do is to come into winter and try a fondue or a raclette, because this is the best time to taste a fondue or a raclette. Really, you can't have it in hot weather. You need it to be cold to really enjoy it a lot, right?
Absolutely.
It's winter food.
Oh, yeah.
Other than Swiss food, you mentioned we have a lot of other cuisines too. What are some of the different cuisines that people can expect, and what are some of the places to go to try them?
Yeah. So one thing which I find very interesting in Zurich, but in general in Switzerland, is the quality of the Italian cuisine. I mean, the pizzerias, but also the proper Italian food for tavolatas and special pastas. There are endless possibilities. I mean, there is this Pew right at the main station, but also at the Schiffbau in this newer area, which is an amazing cuisine, amazing quality of pizza, and price-wise also very interesting. So, because you cannot have dinner at Neue Taverne every evening, because obviously it costs a lot the way of kitchen, right? So pizza is an amazing choice to do. What we also have is this Asian fusion restaurants. There you have it like from takeouts up until fine dining fusion. So there is like really something for every taste and budget there. And a special place that I really like to recommend is at the Europaallee, from the main station to the 25 Hours Hotel. Just there is the Miss Miu, it's called.
Yeah.
So that one is actually also quite nice and special, and like for vegetarian, vegan, spicy, not so spicy. That a nice choice actually. Yeah.
So you can actually taste a lot of different flavors in Zurich. But tell me, Sandra, is there some street food that people in Zurich love? I saw a long queue outside one, a lot of places, but this one particular place had a really long queue and people were queuing to buy something. So what street food shall we try and where?
I would assume that when you describe it, that was the place right next to the lake, right?
That's right.
Okay, that is a special
Bellevue,
place.
I think. Yeah, somewhere nearby,
exactly.
yeah.
At the Bellevue, there is this place called Sternen.
Sternen Grill.
It is called Star. The
Oh.
Sternen Grill, exactly. So there they have these sausages, which, it's like a classic there. You can queue there and you get a sausage in one hand. Purely, it's the bread, you call it, with the holes inside.
Yeah.
And then a mustard, which is so spicy that your nose starts burning and everything starts scratching. But it's so especially good. So yeah, that's one great idea to go. They also have currywurst and even vegetarian options, even if it's like a meat place. And then I would assume we have those bakeries which do those crazy sandwiches. Like one of the company I love is John Baker. They have one at Bahnhofstraße, one at Helvetiaplatz, and one at Stadthofer, right close from here. And
I think we saw that at the Market Halle also.
yes,
right?
Yes, they're present there too.
Yeah.
And they have this new aspect as well to how to bake and how to do sandwiches. And the quality of those sandwiches is so good because you bite and you have so many different flavors in it, which for a sandwich is not so typical. So check out those bakeries as well.
That's a great idea because sometimes once you've had breakfast and you're going to have your dinner, then in between you're out doing other things, you're active, you're on the lake, you're sightseeing. You probably don't want to sit down for a full meal. Grabbing a sandwich or grabbing a sausage is a great idea.
And I mean, this city is built to spend time outside, right?
Yeah.
It's like being on the lake or having those beautiful public parks where you can have a sit on the bench. I mean, this is the beauty and the luxury of the city of Zurich, I feel, because you don't have this hustle around you, even when you're in the city center. So do a picnic. It is... seems simple, but at the same time, it's like one of the most luxurious things I feel to do. Like put your
Nature
feet
is
in the
luxury
water.
today.
Oh yeah. So sit on the lake promenade, put your feet in the water, take a sandwich or a sausage from there, look at the birds. It's like a very special thing to do. In general, I would say it's a very good idea to come to Zurich without having too much plans.
Yeah.
Come here and get carried away, like follow your nose. It's so nice to really explore the city on your own.
You know, even though I've been for 3 days in Zurich, I feel like I need 3 more days to really experience everything that we are talking about. There is just so much to do here.
Yes.
But I want to ask you one question. And I saw a lot of beautiful restaurants, some of them, and a lot of small ones too. Just simple coffee houses too, somewhere around the river, somewhere near the lake. What are some of the places you would recommend with the best views? Because everything in Zurich by the lake or the river or the mountains is so pretty. You want to, why not enjoy the view when you're having your meal too? So are there any special places you would recommend? I know I can recommend one for sure, and which is the Clouds in the Prime Tower, where we went up. And we had this amazing view where we could actually see the viaduct with its arches. And it was like, we felt like children watching the trains come and go every time. So you relive all of that.
Yes.
Beautiful view of Zurich and very good food too. So that's my recommendation. But what are some of the places with some great views?
This is a great one, Sunila. And it's also the highest building of Zurich.
Correct.
So for us, it's super high.
Yes.
Another one that I fall in love with. It's a little bit more of a romantic place. It is called the Jules Verne Bar. It is actually right next to the Bahnhofstraße. And when you go up there, it's like
That's
a
where the
panoramic bar.
observatory is, right? Urania
You know everything,
Observatory.
Sunila. How can you know all the things?
Because I've spent 3 days in Zurich looking at things.
Fabulous.
So, yeah.
So this place is super special, like just for having a drink up there, and or even have like a nice quick dinner or lunch, and then go to this observatory and watch the stars.
Nice.
It's a honeymooner thing, I would say, but also the cocktails are really good there. Another one is something a little bit, I would say, more off-beaten tracks. It's called Die Weit. When you are in Zurich West, you can reach Die Weit. It's a restaurant. And from there, you have a crazy view over the whole lake of Zurich.
Oh.
And up there is a restaurant with a nice terrace, but you also have the forest and like a very nice greenery around you just in the back. So this is actually a quite nice place to go and discover too. It is at the area where the university is, the ETH.
In Zurich West.
In Zurich West, and then you go a little bit uphill.
Yeah,
so that is a very special place too. And then the number one, it's my favorite place actually to go myself personally, is the Uetliberg.
Oh,
This is our house mountain, 800 meters high only. And up there is a hotel, a restaurant, a terrace where you can have also some food stalls, obviously, for some easy food. And there are no cars allowed, so you take the train to go up. We have done it together.
Yes. And it was so nice and super fast and super easy. I think that's the best part of Zurich. You're in the city at one end, but like within half an hour you can be, or lesser, you can be on top of a mountain. And we had this beautiful walk in the woods, in the forest with the clouds. We were literally up there in the clouds. But like you're saying, I think I have to go back there to enjoy a meal again.
To have
at the Uetliberg.
Yes, at the Uetliberg. It's like, or you spend one night up there.
You can stay up there
you
too,
can
right?
stay up there, yes. They even have some beautiful suites. It's a 4-star hotel. And they even would pick up the luggages for the guests that stay there. But otherwise, the clients have to walk a little bit. It's about a 10, 15 minutes
nice
walk up there. But
up there, very easy walk,
right?
It wasn't tough.
It's a different kind of walking, I would say. So this is definitely something I can recommend a lot with the view, because there you have the whole lake of Zurich and the city underneath. You go up there for the sundowner in summer. It's peaceful.
Wow.
It's very luxurious, I feel, to have this peaceful surrounding and nice nature up there,
You were speaking of the hotel on top of Uetliberg, Uetliberg. So let's just come back to the topic of hotels. One good thing is, I think that Zurich has options from economy to luxury. You have the whole range, right? But what I also saw was that the newer areas also have options for the hotels. Like we went to Zurich West and that was like, I think, the new trendy, part of Zurich, which is coming up with all these concept stores and cafes and restaurants. I'm sure there are newer hotels there. So do you have any tips or suggestions to save a little money, stay a little out of the main area, but also have the best of both worlds?
Yeah. So there is the 25 Hours Hotel West, which is still close to the city center, but obviously the rates are even a little bit lower than in the one at Langstrasse. So that is a very interesting one, and it still has this lifestyle-y, fun flavor to it. So that is actually a very great one. And then we also have, it's not officially Zurich West, but very close to it, it's the Hotel Placid. Placid is a design hotel. It's very beautifully simple, clean, but with some more style and character to it than maybe some classic chain hotels. So this is one I really like too. There was just the opening of the Moxie in Zurich. Actually, this week it opened up. It's right where the football stadium is, and the soccer stadium is. So also this one, I feel, price and quality, what you get for it is, it's very interesting, yes.
You mentioned Moxie. Of course, there are the hotel chains that you see all across the world, and you have all of them here. You have the leading hotels of the world. You have Borderlock. You have the luxury hotels as well. You mentioned a few boutique hotels, but a lot of people also love to come and stay into smaller places where there's more personal attention, more
Yeah.
warmth in the boutique hotels. Is
Yeah.
there anything else you want to mention, Sandra?
So I would feel there that the boutique hotels really is not about the like. Please have a look at this website zurich.com, because I feel it's like a very question of flavor, right? To you a hotel
Yeah.
might seem the perfect match, but for another one it
It's
would be
not.
weird
That's
at
right.
all. So
Sometimes happens in the same family too. So, so it's a
so
question
true.
of really trying to find the
Yes.
right fit for everybody. Yeah.
Very much, very much. So there you will find these boutique hotels in city, but also in the surrounding, which I feel have so much potential for the guests that maybe want to spend a little bit more money or budget for the experiences, and maybe a little bit less for the hotels. But obviously, it's like when you're in love with the Dolder, when you're in love with the Mandarin
You want
Oriental
to
or the
go back
Borolak,
there.
there's like you cannot compare it to anything
True.
else. This is like untouched. But if you're looking for something different, then there are amazing options actually in the city. Yeah.
And would you recommend staying near the Bahnhof or the Bahnhofstrasse, like the main road? Would you recommend that as well? Because it's so easy. You come into Zurich station, and what we saw today is that Zurich station, the Bahnhof, actually has so many shops and shopping. And on
Right.
Sundays, when the rest of the city shuts down and the shops are closed, the Bahnhof shops are still open. So you can still get your chocolates, you can still get your cheese, you can still get your presents to take back home.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the shopping at the Zurich main station changed so much. Like it used to be like the usual stuff that you would need, but now it became like an interesting kind of shopping. Like the Söder, like the Zurich creative industry
Yeah.
is placed there. There's specialty coffees now even
Yeah.
there. It's like the quality changed so much in the last 5 years, and that was much needed for especially the tourism and people who forgot to do the grocery on Saturdays still need something like some people do. So yeah, the area of the main station obviously is very nice. But what I really, really, really would recommend is stay close to the water, especially when you're
Yes.
coming
The
in
river or the
spring
lake,
and
but stay
summer.
close to the water.
It doesn't matter. Stay close to the water. It is the heart of the city. It slows down everything. Sitting on the like next to the water, or please jump once into that lake of Zurich or that river. It is so beautiful, and the water quality is just
so good.
special. Yeah, so this is something that I really recommend. Choose a nice little hotel close to the lake or the river, and
I hope everyone
that's good.
who's listening plans their holiday to Switzerland and make sure that you have enough time in Zurich, because who wouldn't want to come, sit down by the lake, dip your feet in, or actually go for a swim in the lake? Not many places or cities or in the world where you can do
Yeah,
this, right? So
yeah.
that is a perfect way to spend the day.
Yeah, I also feel it's quite unique because the whole promenade, like on the lake, is public. Like, this is something quite special. It's like
Yeah.
you can reach, everyone can reach
Wow.
the lake from the city center actually, and it's not privatized. So this is something quite nice that it's open for everyone. And yeah, I mean, when maybe you have visited the bucket list places of
Yes.
Switzerland, and I fully understand the beauty and magic of them. But once you've done it, come back or add at least 2-3 nights and dig this, like explore the city. It has something
You've
for everyone.
definitely convinced me, and I think you've convinced everyone who's listening to this. We haven't even touched upon the art in Zurich, the nightlife in Zurich, and so many other things to do in Zurich. But definitely, if you want to find a nice place to stay or a great place to have a nice meal, we've had enough options for everyone to do that. Also, the best part, Sandra, is that anywhere you go, you have a bus, a tram, or a train station really
Yeah.
next to you, or even a boat for that matter in
Yeah.
Zurich, you know. And with your Swiss pass and your Zurich card, you can use all of it.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Yeah.
here's to more nights in Zurich. Sandra, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. And it's been a pleasure to see you here in Zurich. And I look forward to meeting you in
Finally.
Mumbai again. And we talk more about more things to do in Zurich.
Oh yeah, I hope that was just the beginning. And as you said, there's so many things that I would love to talk with you about to add to your customers, especially. It was amazing seeing you here, and it made me very happy that you actually saw all these different things that I love so much about my city, and you understood and saw so well. So thank you. It was amazing having you here.
Thank you so much. And I'm all set to go see the Christmas markets for one last time before I take my flight back to Mumbai. And we'll see you on Where to Next again. Bye-bye. This was just a glimpse of Zurich. There is so much more. But you know what? We are going to let you discover it yourself. And now you have all the information you need to go and see the city for yourself. And of course, if you're visiting in December, don't miss the Christmas markets because they were honestly a lot of fun. See you on the next episode of Where to Next.
Good.